So we had a wonderful Father's Day celebration on the weekend. I always told my kids and my family, I was like, just don't get me a gift. I'm happy if I just get like a special dinner, maybe a homemade card. And like, they got me awesome gifts. I got this brand new hat. I know we're kind of promoting a semi-competitor here. What? And then I got Saturdays are for the dads as well. So they got me the shirt and the hat. And I was like, wow, it's pretty good merch. I gotta give it to them. They got pretty good merch.
I think Charlie's the only dad on the couch. You and I are pet dads, but you don't have a pet.
No, I don't have any pets, but I did take my dad to a CFL game in Ottawa. Took him out to dinner. Went to the game. Fighter jets flew over, which was exciting.
Nice.
It rattles your bones. Cool.
Yeah.
Scared people. They didn't know it was coming.
Yeah.
And then we had a nice weekend. Terrified. Watched, set up the projector outside and watched the hockey game outside on a 100-inch screen.
Nice.
And then salmon dinner, and I had to leave. So it was a good weekend for my dad, at least.
That's cool. So you had an awesome time.
Oh, you fucking loved it.
Who won the game?
Ottawa got stomped by the Alouettes. It wasn't competitive. The game I went to before with my dad was much better. Yeah. It was a really bad game. But it was fun, lots of food and stuff. My Jack Astor's bill, holy fuck.
Boy.
I thought it was going to be like 150, 160 because I play that game all the time. I had like how much is groceries going to cost.
Right, yeah.
It was $260.
Woo! So how many people then?
4.
Woo! Yeah. You guys got some good drinks.
I don't drink though, so it's only three people drinking, one guy getting iced tea.
They had to make extra for you.
Yeah, no, and it was just there was a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing else I can say until the show's over.
That's fair.
Another good story.
What'd you do, Terry?
I went golf simulating with my dad and my brother and tried to find Oakmont, get in the U.S. Open. Did not. So we just settled with a random course there. Holy fuck. I was plus 22 after 4 holes.
He's set. He's locked in for the Sofa Kings tournament.
It was fucking crazy.
You're like Bryson DeChambeau at Oakmont this weekend, just yelling F-bombs and everything throughout the whole weekend.
Yeah, one ball ended up in like another person's simulation.
You're the guy who's bowling into someone else's like alley. You gotta be careful.
I don't even know how that was possible, but
that's crazy.
No, U.S. Open was definitely a harder course than probably the one you played on, so you probably dodged a bit of a bullet with that.
The way I play, I think I made this course harder.
maybe that's the next punishment. We have to do a golf sim at the U.S. Open course and see how bad
they even have it available. Some of those are so prestigious.
Yeah, some are a little too.
I saw speed golf recently, and that's what a punishment should be.
Oh yeah.
You got to do it as fast as you can. So your score plus your time is what your total score is.
Dude, I'm not built for speed, Terry.
That would be even funnier.
I'm built for comfort. I need the golf cart.
Funnier.
That's funny.
I want the golf cart.
I feel like I'm getting closer to the built for at least something thing now because I've been exercising in the morning. Like I jogged over to get a ride to work the other day.
Oh boy,
I got to start that train. Because you look at it as like having to like walk around and stuff. I was like, I'm a little tired standing around walking all day at the game and everything like that. I'm like, I really gotta like now that I have free time again and the ability to like chill. I gotta exercise more, but I'm going out for sushi tonight, so like I'm gonna have to walk tomorrow just to try and like
work that rice off.
You're gonna be the guy showing up to work all sweaty.
Oh God, yeah, no, it's not. That happens at the office all the time. I mean, I don't have a real job anyways. Let's be honest. It's not like showing up sweaty or in a somewhat like ripped up T-shirt is gonna be like anything crazy or a hockey jersey, for example. Found an old Leafs practice jersey from like 06, I think, or 05.
That's cool. Those are the best.
Yeah, so I found that at my parents'. So that was a good pull. My dad's happy to get more stuff out of the shed. So
was there a name and number on the back?
No, just blank, just practice jersey.
Not bad. I had a pretty busy weekend too. I saw my dad in Milton and we took him out for brunch. He's from the UK, so I got him all British like pastries at a big Cambridge bakery nearby.
Nice.
He was like over the moon. Right. Like he was like, this is heaven. Saw my girlfriend's dad in the afternoon. We hung out at their place, like backyard hangout with the dog and everyone. Played like washers, like just like a nice little backyard hangout. And I was just like, man, like I know I'm getting old because like I'm getting to the point where I'm like, oh, I could do this every weekend, man.
Yeah, and I can't even see the top of your head anyway, so it's weird.
Oh yeah, I decided to pull the John Cena look, Just go all camo. Just
can't see you.
Yeah, next time I'll just go all camo. You can't even see him on the couch.
Hey, true Canadian over there. Camo or jeans. It's one of the
I'll wear the jean tuxedo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a punishment.
That's a good look.
Oh, that's a good one.
And the jean tuxedo is not comfortable, by the way. It's just not comfortable.
Oh, from
like
experience?
The Canadian tuxedo?
Yeah, it's just not. It's not comfortable to wear that much jean.
Yeah.
Like jean jacket, jean shirt, jean pants. It's not comfortable. It's not meant to be worn like that.
Now, what was more uncomfortable? Wearing a Canadian tuxedo or just paying attention to our bets all weekend? Because it was so I think by Friday evening, Charlie and Terry were like, I'm done. I'm cooked.
Yeah.
And then like it was like I kind of had a chance, and then Babs out of nowhere,
nowhere.
Yeah, so I went 6-1, but I was done on Friday as well because Ludwig +8 didn't make the cut. So my parlay was dead. However, it was looking like I was maybe going to get like 3 or 4 legs.
Yeah.
I ended up with 6 out of 7, which is a fair spot to be in, to be honest with you, because there was a fair amount of movement going on, and no one was ever like stable. I remember I was messaging you guys over the weekend. I'm like, it's like Terry and I we're dead, and then updating you guys as to you being dead as well, and then I just kind of forgot about it.
Yeah.
And then you sent the message, I think maybe right before I started driving, or as I got home late, back driving from my parents' house, and I was like, okay, 6-1, I'll take it. And you look at that, my ticket in theory is closed. But fucking not. It was dead on Friday.
Yeah.
True.
Like we're about money. We're about making money here.
Yeah.
That ticket's not making money. However, it did make me think. This is maybe when you round robin, or like there's different styles of parlay that you can do where like if you do lose a leg, you can still make some of your money. Like there's options to be had there. I feel like with how insane that bet was, like losing one, that I should at least get a pay. But
yeah, true. Sofa King should pay you extra for that.
I think the rest of us went 3 and 4, right?
Yeah, the three of us went 3 and 4. Like I was begging that like Jordan Spieth was going to have like a good tournament, and he performed well on Thursday. On Thursday. And then it was just like Friday and Saturday, you could just see like the course was taking it out of him, as well as most of the
every golfer there.
And he just found himself like too often like not hitting like greens in regulation, catching himself in that like crazy deep ass rough.
Yeah.
And just couldn't make himself back to like where he would even be in contention for top 10.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I think all 4 of us had the winner, JJ Spawn, which it's kind of a nice feat. I mean, obviously it's top 10. I mean, he was kind of favored up there, but like he was like doing terrible at the beginning, and then he just locked in after the rain cleansed the course or something. Charlie?
Yeah. So it was his final round. So like his first 6 holes, he had 5 bogeys in the first 6 holes, and like that's something that is terribly hard to come back from mentally. Mm-hmm. And then sure enough, like he's kind of like par going into like the massive rain delay that was like 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that rain delay, he locked the fuck in, hit three birdies, and then had a 64 putt,
64 foot putt.
Foot putt. Yeah. And to like win it in that fashion,
he could
that's
make
awesome.
2 shots there too, and he drained that putt.
Yeah. He's like, I don't need 2 shots.
Yeah, there's like a reverse angle of it where it shows how he hit it.
Yeah.
The hole's like way over here, and you
and the undulation of it. Bro, it was wild that he hit it.
That's crazy, man. Wow. But I mean, if we take a look at the standings, I mean, we got two two-way ties here, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Babs makes some ground, catches up to me. We're tied for first, and then you guys obviously tied for, I guess technically it would be third.
Technically second.
So technically no one is last this week. I guess you could say that.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, it's a little
last.
interesting.
If you're not first, you're last. So
that's right.
So
we're
none of us are second.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, no, and I'm shooting some content this weekend. I've got the Fig Newton sticker to put on my hockey visor to go shoot some stuff, so that should result in some just hilarity.
Right.
That movie's the best.
Yeah,
I think it's up there with Step Brothers. Step Brothers is obviously the better of the Will Ferrell movies, but Talladega Nights is just fucking awesome, and it stands up. Some of it you maybe couldn't get away with today as much, but it's definitely like it was kind of progressive too when you think about it. Like,
yeah.
But I would also say like The Other Guys, which is really good.
Yeah.
Like
That's
it's
a good one.
so
Like,
well
that's the
written.
Mark Wahlberg one. Right?
And and I think it's actually like it's underappreciated. Like a lot of people don't put that in like top 2 or top 3 for Will Ferrell. That's 100% up there for me. And then what's the other? Old School. Old School as well.
Okay, we were talking about that on the drive up. Yeah,
you can't go
Old
wrong with
School's
Old
probably
School.
the Will Ferrell movie for me. In all honesty,
Stranger Than Fiction's good too, though.
Yeah.
That is, and for like a comedy drama.
Yeah. That one's very good as well. Kicking and Screaming doesn't hold up as much as it did, but it is still kind of funny.
That is funny.
Mike Ditka,
Yeah.
yeah.
pass the ball to the Italians.
Have you seen him do an impersonation of Mike Ditka?
No.
It's actually he did it on
Mike
Saturday
Ditka
Night
doing
Live.
one of Mike Ditka?
It's so good.
Oh man,
It's so good.
Can you do it?
Oh God, no. If I was to watch like a minute or two of Mike Ditka right now, I could get into it because I used to do a lot of
You
impersonation.
need prep.
Yeah, I just need like 1 or 2 minutes in hearing his voice and cadence, and then I could probably slip into it.
Was Will Ferrell also? Was it Anchorman? He did.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Anchorman.
That's a great
Anchorman
one, too.
2 was so bad that it kind of tarnished Anchorman
Yeah,
1.
It did.
And then if you look at the one with Ben Stiller, Zoolander.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a
Zoolander
good one,
1,
too.
really good. Zoolander 2, really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of those movies you just have to skip the second. Anchorman, never seen it. Happy Gilmore, that's another one coming out.
I'm
Yes.
not watching it.
Yeah.
I feel like you got to skip number 2 just to keep that
nostalgia.
memory. Yes,
Yeah.
like keep that first one pristine and where it should be.
I just hope that they did a good enough job to hold like the first one in its like credence.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then for it to, to come into the second like video or movie of this, like I'm scared for it, but like I have to watch it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
fair. I feel like a lot of those actors are kind of past their primes. So since Grown Ups and on, I've just kind of avoided them.
That's fair.
No, it's fair.
I don't know if I
Like,
trust it.
There's just been some like the side characters of Grown Ups have gone on to do other movies that are just like really, really horrible on Netflix too, which is like the thing where like I don't get baited. I've trained ChatGPT on my movie tastes, and I have it recommended me movies from like 2010 and back only.
That's
Right.
And I've been watching some great films. But speaking of not past your prime, Brad Marchand,
Ooh.
2 rips. Again, FOMO. I'm not betting him to win the Conn Smythe.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I would not say he is slowing down necessarily at all. He's kind of showing up when it matters the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the player right now. If I was the Edmonton Oilers, I'm the most afraid of in Game 6 and 7.
Yeah, no, for sure. And Bennett's doing his thing a bit, but like not as insane. Like Marchand walking off the face-off.
Bro.
Ekholm,
Nobody moved.
I believe it was Ekholm, made a step to the right.
Yes.
He did, yeah.
And it was that one step
Yeah.
was
Gone.
the difference maker.
Yeah.
Marchand's in there.
Yeah.
It was really just painful, but I've grown to have so much respect for Brad Marchand that it doesn't bother me as much that like the Florida fans are fake, fugazi, not great because they spill beer on people. Like, it's not a real fan base because this team gets mediocre and it's crickets again.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Then it's snowbirds in
In
the
regular
arena.
season, it's crickets.
Yeah.
Until playoffs, then the fans show up.
So like they're a fake franchise. Let's be honest.
And
But
what about the jump over while he's like deking out Wallman? Jumped over him. Like
Yeah.
essentially
Oh
jumped
my
over, right?
God.
Kind of that sidestep and then right to the net. And did you guys see Wallman, what he said after in the post game?
No.
No.
He was just like, I was being too soft and I should be better. And like, there's no reason I shouldn't be playing the man.
Wow.
He just got lost in the fucking puck
Yeah.
and then completely got baited.
Is there, you know who Brad Marchand's reminding me of? I think it's safe to say all of us would agree he's kind of aging gracefully right now. Like,
Yes.
he's kind of almost getting better as he's getting older in a way.
because he's doing less dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who it's reminding me of? Not like he's not the GOAT, but like Tom Brady was one of those guys who just like the older he got, the better he got.
Yep.
And like Marchand's not only doing that, but like he's showing up in the playoffs when it matters. He's going to get his highest payday
Yep.
at 37 years old.
Yeah.
I don't think he's getting
No, not his highest payday,
ever.
but he'll get something decent, I think, for like 3
Highest
years.
AAV, because what was his? I think his highest AAV was like 6 or 7 before this.
I
He's
don't
probably
think
going to get.
no one's giving him over 6 or 7 though, and he
You don't
doesn't
think he's
need it.
getting 8?
No,
he's not.
I think he's for. I'm with you. I think he's
I'll-
100% getting over 7.
I'll do a gentleman's bet on
Yeah.
that. I'll bet you Tim's.
Is this
coffee
an
gets
our
8.
couch
Couch
versus
versus
your
couch.
couch
Yeah, yeah,
situation?
couch versus couch.
I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
What's the
so-
line? 7.5?
No, well,
7?
Yeah, let's take that.
We need to agree
You
on
said
something.
higher numbers than that to start, so I think the line is
I,
8.
I'm
think
saying
we're good at
7.
7.5,
Yeah.
to be honest.
So is the line? So is this our first handshake bet right now?
We've had one before on something else.
Right.
was
that's
Taves, it was
where
Taves.
Taves was
Yeah,
landing.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taves.
So this is the second handshake bet.
So we got to put something on the line.
What's
Like,
your
I like this
what's your
Timmy's coffee
proposal? What's
idea
your
or something.
proposal?
He doesn't make over 8.
Yeah.
What's our counter proposal? You think 8?
dude? He's definitely getting a contract over 7.
I'll do that. I'll do that. We'll do
Okay, so
gentlemen.
over-
Tape your side of the couch is saying over 8, and we're
8 or over?
Eight or over.
Why are you agreeing for things
Yeah.
that we
Good,
haven't
good,
discussed?
good.
I just asked you!
No, I said over
fuck
7.
this,
You said
fuck
8.
this. People say stuff on the show, and then it magically isn't the case anymore.
All right, split the difference.
No.
If you're going 8, we're going 7. Then go 7.5.
That's
a fair
fair.
compromise
That's not
between
what
both.
I'm
You literally said 6.5.
Now
at one
you're
point.
going back on
Yeah,
it, dude.
I said under, but you said he's going to get 8-10 million.
Yeah, but my partner didn't agree.
I don't
Right,
care.
I said over. So
And
7.
then you agreed on his behalf.
So it's
I,
7. So
I
7.
don't have his freaking sign
Your
up
couch
freaking
does.
thing.
You're closest to the couch. You're
So
in the
That's,
middle.
that's not a rule.
You should be
Yo,
talking
is this-
with me
is this
before we
considered
agree to
Indian
things.
giving?
Oh man.
This is our first couch versus couch situation, though. So
You know what?
Little unprepared.
We could split this up. We could say I agreed at 8. He never
He
agreed
did,
at
he
8. So you
did.
could do a separate bet with him then.
I'm
or
fine
you
with
could just be a
7.5
gentleman and just be like 7.5.
You guys weren't a gentleman with me before. I won't be with you.
Okay, so I'm 8. You negotiate with them. I'm staying quiet because my bet's
I'm saying 7.
All right, how about 7.75?
No, but see, if he's saying that, you can just take under 8 with us and then leave Hill on his own.
True. You can. We
I'm
got
fine
room
with
on this
whatever.
couch for you, Charlie.
Now you're getting me to flip flop.
I don't care, man.
You're getting me to flip flop.
We
You're trying to get me to
space.
flip-flop on the fucking couch.
I have no friends here other than Terry.
We got space.
I
Says
don't.
the man after I drive him every show to the studio. You can walk
Every
from now
5
on.
minutes, motherfucker.
Yeah, bro.
Shut up.
Well, now it's gonna be a
I
20-minute
drive
walk.
past the place to get here. I could pick him up, dude.
So you 100% think it's going to be over 8,
Well,
8 and above.
I think there's gonna be a team that overpays for him.
I'm
No.
coming to your couch,
No.
boys.
Okay, yeah, everyone remembers the hell.
Okay, I cannot wait until the first episode after free agency when someone overpays.
Oh, no
I'm wearing
way.
this if I'm right.
So over.
You guys
so,
can share it if
We
you're
all
right. I'm
three of
wearing
us
it if
will
I'm
so
right.
this is
together.
over 8 per year.
Yeah.
AAV.
8 or over.
Doesn't matter
Yeah.
what the contract is.
Yes.
8
Yeah.
8 USD over.
Yep.
Right, and then the loser does a punch. So it's either 3 are doing a punishment or
I
one's
never
doing-
agreed to a punishment.
Are we doing a
I said
punishment?
gentleman's
Ooh.
bet. Gentleman's bet is just like there's nothing
No,
exchange.
no, we got to
whoever
put something.
wins,
Something.
If Rahel wins, he gets to decide if he's going to go first in the eavesdrop.
Ooh.
Right, and he'll get a
I
tick.
go first all the time. I've been first for the last couple episodes.
All
I'm
right.
bored of
And
it.
now I'm for sure on the
How
other
much money
couch.
have you won?
Not that much.
Okay, there you go. Bang.
No, I've won $2 or $3 from that one that
Okay.
I
Yeah.
went 8 for 8 on.
So times that by like, I don't know, 20, and then maybe you'll catch me. I think that is a fair. He gets to not go first when he doesn't want to. We get to, I don't know what, we can decide on our own.
He buys
later
us
what
Well,
coffee.
we-
and the people or person would get a tick on their handshake bet on the scorecard.
There you go.
Ooh.
Bang.
You get one
Because
hand.
it's 3 versus 1, so we got to give him a little extra.
I just want to say I haven't agreed to whatever your guys' winning part is.
Well,
just
I'm
saying
with
that.
You bring in coffees for the boys.
I'm
dude.
not. I haven't
We're
agreed to
drink
we're,
coffee.
we're saying anything under 8 and we win.
You just
Yeah,
have
yeah,
the
yeah.
water?
But I talked about like if I win,
don't
you
drink
talked
alcohol
about
either.
me getting something, like
Right.
getting the
Jesus.
eavesdrop thing.
So what do
I
we
haven't
so what do
agreed
we
to
get if
anything
we
about
win?
we get a notch.
A notch in the belt?
That's what I wanted to go with in
Heyo.
the first time, and then you started bringing up.
I
other
give you a
stuff.
bonus, though, because you're one on your own.
I'm fine with the notch. I don't need anything.
Yeah, I think you might need a little help. But you know who might need a little help is the Edmonton Oilers in goal. I'm struggling to decide how I feel about the Picker got hung out to dry,
Yeah.
and you could have maybe gone with Stu because the first period of the blowout wasn't necessarily Stu's fault either. But now you have
No.
to go Stu.
You have to.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, so it was a situation where when they were coming into game 4, like I even said like I want to Pickard in game 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put Pickard in game 5, and it was just like I just feel like that Knobloch did like the reverse of really what should have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I at the end of the day, I think this is ultimately coming down to coaching, right? And the timing and the strategy of what you're wanting to do. Like right now you're anytime that you have to debate about who your starter is going into the Stanley Cup playoffs, and
Mhm.
especially the last 3
Oof.
games of it,
No.
you don't have a starter. Right. And
Yeah.
that's an issue right now. And if you didn't figure this out by game 4, and now you're going 1-1-1 in 3 games, and now you're in elimination, it's just not a good look.
Yeah, and you're going Stu, and I think it's over.
Yeah. You think it's
You think
there's nothing?
Yeah.
I just don't. You can't get pumped that like games like that. I don't think, and have the uncertainty and overcome. So whether it ends in 6 or 7, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be Florida.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same boat. Unfortunately, the one thing I will say is Florida has a history this playoffs of blowing out and then letting off the gas.
And Edmonton does have a history of coming back from 1 or 2 games down.
So I think it's going 7, but I still think Florida. I hope I'm wrong, but I still think just after that game, you mentioned coaching and stuff. I think Florida is just Edmonton got closer this year, even though it's going to be the same result. It's going to be 7 games. I think Florida is just that tiny touch above.
Are we going to see McDavid during an intermission in the next game just fucking lighten up the boys again?
Well, yeah, Corey Perry did.
Yeah.
Corey Perry did. To spark the comeback.
Man.
But how much more can you yell?
I know.
I feel like that's a player who is underappreciated in these playoffs is how good Corey Perry has been with how old he is. He is 100 years old, and he's got 10 goals.
Yeah, he's been
That
insane.
clapper he scored was sick,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That was actually nasty.
And if you guys and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe if Edmonton loses this series and the Stanley Cup, this would be 5 years in a row for Corey Perry,
6.
where he's been in the finals.
Oh, I think it's 5. Dallas.
It's at least
Montreal,
5.
Or sorry, Montreal. Dallas, Montreal.
Dallas, Montreal,
Edmonton.
Edmonton.
And
there's another
Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa.
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 So this would be 5
This would be fun.
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean,
in a row.
It's insane.
In a fucking row.
he'll hold a record and everything like that. And the Montreal one is like probably like the least chance a team really ever had of all of them because he was close. He's been close with all of them. None of them have been like egregious or like a beating
yeah.
by any means.
No.
And it reminds you of other guys who have tried to like be the journeyman, but he's brought it to another level. And the Leafs are going to be a team that's going to try and capitalize on journeymen and everything like this. And maybe they pry Corey Perry away. He said he's playing next year. And I don't believe he's under contract for next season either.
No, I don't think so.
UFA.
So you could say, hey, Corey, you want to come play here? We can give you just a bit more, and you might have a bit more life. So I'm saying the series is dead. Terry, are you saying it's Florida?
No, I think McDavid's got we're gonna see a McDavid game still. I think that's gonna be Game 6.
Charlie,
I'm saying it's going to go Game 7, but Florida wins.
I'm in the same. I'm in the same boat.
I'm still Edmonton, man. I still think Edmonton can do it.
I've been very wrong before.
Yeah.
On the show.
I don't think any of us would be upset if you were wrong on that one.
No.
So
and I'm okay with it.
And the weird thing is, I have more faith that Edmonton will win in Florida than they do at home.
yeah, that's
It's
a
a
Game
weird-
7 would be in Edmonton.
It's a weird fucking thing that's
Yeah.
been going on with Edmonton.
That's interesting. You mentioned Perry to Toronto. How funny would it be if Toronto had a line of Max Pacioretty, Jonathan Toews, and Corey Perry?
You could do even crazier. You could go Taves, Kane, and Pacioretty. You could go Taves, Kane, and Perry.
Yeah,
That'd be wild.
David, Kane, and Perry.
I mean, you're going to force someone to, like...
The jersey sales would be unreal.
Toronto can load up. You can do a lot of different things if you're Toronto because, like, you're not losing out on a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
You're just losing out on potentially Tavares and definitely Marner.
Yeah.
I don't think the knockout punch has been thrown. No one's hit the canvas by any means right now.
No.
But it's not the greatest look.
It's pretty close to being over. And speaking of over, did you guys hear about Malkin this morning?
Yeah.
That was that came out of nowhere. Apparently Pittsburgh's like, we're not extending him, so it's gonna be his last year with Pittsburgh. That's what's being reported right now. I thought Malkin would be one of those journeyman guys, like kind of like Crosby, who would stay with the Penguins till the end of, I don't know, just
the end.
Did anyone else see his him playing on another team? I can't picture it.
Yeah, I don't see it in the same light as I do with Crosby.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right? Or Ovechkin, right? To me it's just not the same player.
Yeah.
Right? Like I could see Malkin going to like fucking Columbus or some shit. Just like finish out like 1 or 2 years if he's got another 1 or 2 years. Just like and wither away into oblivion.
Now, the thing with Columbus is like, if you're gonna leave Pittsburgh, that's like missing the playoffs or mediocre. Columbus, I guess, is maybe a little bit more of an upside team.
Yeah.
But like, could you guys see him going to a contender? Like, I guess it depends on what he wants value wise.
Russians love Florida. They love Florida.
Yeah.
So I would bet that, I don't know contract wise how screwed or cap hell you're going to see Florida in, but you could see a Tampa or a Florida and it'll be a conversation that happens if he becomes a free agent.
Yeah.
Is he going to be traded this season, or is he going to
like a sign and trade?
Does
Maybe.
Pittsburgh try to do something to get a piece back
Assets
for
at
him,
least,
right?
yeah.
Get a draft pick or two or something.
And they have decent assets going into the draft.
Yeah,
for sure,
Right? I just don't like. I think the teams that are going to be fetching that would be like Detroit or Chicago that wants to like bolster and figure out what they're doing. Whereas opposed to I think Malcolm would probably be like, I want to get warm.
I got it.
Yeah, that's
Toronto
fair.
trades 2 future first-round picks to get Malkin plus salary retained.
This is why people hate Leafs fans.
Do you guys
I don't even
have first round picks still? Like I thought
I said
you traded
future.
them.
I didn't say
how far? Like 2035.
Yeah.
We're sending that
I
over.
think 2027 we have a first again.
You
I
might.
hope.
You might. The interesting thing about this season with Malkin though is I saw Jay Fresh Hockey tweet about it, and apparently he's a big Tommy Novak guy. Tommy Novak's a player on the Pens, and he loves this guy. Apparently, there's talk of Novak taking Malkin's center place and him playing on the wing. Which Malkin on the wing, that would be kind of.
I'd rather him on the wing because he's less dependent on center.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
It's like me, like to Terry's point. If Pittsburgh wants to trade him, you put him on the wing. Maybe he's a little bit more productive. He's a little bit better, on the wing.
I also think like he's just ready to go out to pasture. Like he needs to be in like third, fourth, like not fourth line, but you still respect him. But third, it's kind of like Tavares,
middle six.
Tavares right now. Yeah,
yeah.
I think he's still top 6, but when his contract runs out, an oil baron in the KHL is going to give him a boatload of money.
Yeah,
I could see that too.
So like, there's maybe no like free agency signing, but like trading. Maybe he does one more year because like he is a gamer. He likes to play. And he's not a guy we've noticed like being like a troublesome like that injury wise. He's been not too screwed out. Like he's been able to keep it consistent. So yeah, you could probably maybe see him at least if he signs anywhere after Pittsburgh, it'll be a 1-year contract. But not necessarily what I'm going to be surprised about coming out of Pittsburgh. When they hired the coach, one of the commentators goes like, "This seems like a coach where you might be trying to force all your vets out."
Right.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, I mean, the obvious thing you talk about Malkin is like, I don't think he's going anywhere, but like Crosby's right there too. I mean, you talk about a coach that, trying to get the vets out. Not that anyone's trying to get Crosby out, but like, does he maybe just go like, you know what? Maybe it's time for me to go somewhere else.
You think Evgeny Malkin's gonna listen to this young coach?
No.
No.
He's gonna say 2 years Super League and then it'll be done.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
So do you guys? I think Crosby stays, but does anyone on the couches think there's like a little bit more of a hint of him going?
It's growing by the fucking day.
Yeah.
Every day,
Yeah.
the possibility of Crosby leaving increases, and depending on what they do with the draft and in free agency, it increases. If they're selling, maybe he's been promised a role in the organization, and he's just comfortable. And Mario, I think we talked about.
Yeah, that's right.
So Mario buys back.
Yeah, and so that was, I don't know if you guys caught all the news. Bab just kind of, shed light on it here a little bit. But the Fenway Group owns the majority ownership of the Penguins.
Yeah.
So Fenway, that's like Boston.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
So there's
Liverpool.
there's a group there. So it's Moorfield, Lemieux, and one other individual. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. So they currently have a minority stake in the Penguins, and they've made it known like we are interested in buying the majority of these shares and ownership shares that you have in the team. It's just like when Lemieux came in, it was just like at that apex of when Crosby was drafted, and you knew that team was exploding. And then what they've won 3 cups over the next 8 years, I believe,
Something
right?
like
8 or
that.
9 years.
Yeah.
So like there was a lot of reasons. I just don't know if you're still buying at a very high premium right now with the Penguins.
Yep.
It's just it doesn't have that same high credibility factor because Crosby's just about aged out.
Yeah.
Malkin. You have other defenseman contracts that you got to ship out as well. I don't know if they're getting still very high premium right now for selling their majority share. But what do you guys think on that?
It could be an opportunity that they're just looking at it and going, A, they're not happy with how the team's being run and they want to change things up, or B, they're looking at like Fenway's existing holdings and going like, this seems probably, if we're going to do it, the best possible time to try and buy it back based on how Fenway's other assets might be faring. Right
Like
now.
maybe trying to get up to like that 50%, like having a controlling stake.
Maybe because you see people get sick of how like you see so many owners get vocal when they become a minority owner and they've sold part and then like stuff starts changing.
Yeah.
And maybe Crosby or some of the vets have gone to Lemieux and said like, what the fuck are we doing?
We need change.
So that could be it.
Yeah.
That
Same thing with the Leafs, from Bell to Rogers to Tannenbaum, right? So it's just like, we have one kind of push out. Now we have more of a voice.
Yeah, and I mean, like that's Lemieux's team, obviously. Like he played on the team for so long, so like it's a little bit more of that. Like, maybe he wants to take a bit more ownership, and like even though they're a little bit lower, he's like, if he can get a hold of them, he can kind of like lead them to glory, like kind of like not rebuild them, but like just kind of be.
Yeah, they gotta steady the ship. But aren't the Red Sox selling other stuff right now too?
Yeah, the Red Sox, absolutely.
This is wild. Yeah. What?
Oh my God, the Rafael Devers trade. I just love the fact that I hope I can pull it up. Red Sox Twitter is imploded because at the start of the year, I think he's into the second year of like a 10-year, $315 million contract. He's not leaving. He's our guy. There were the issues with like him not wanting to play first and all these other not wanting to DH and stuff. There was all that, but no one thought he was getting traded. And then he gets traded to the freaking San Francisco Giants. And that came out of nowhere. But the funniest part of it all for me was like, they were playing a game 3 hours before the trade or 4 hours before the trade. And he hit a home run and the Red Sox tweeted something like, Devers, ... he's gone, or like baseball ...
like
he's
going
gone. And then it's him like swinging the ball, and everyone went to that tweet, and they're just like, oh, I guess he's gone.
Yeah,
foreshadowing.
I would hate to be a Red Sox fan right now. Like that's I mean, they just had that series against the Yankees. It's looking good, and now all of a sudden your big cornerstone, third baseman's basically gone. Like that's rough, man. I don't know if there's ever been a Jays trade that big. I don't think so.
Did they trade the pitcher?
Well, when they brought in Roger Clemens, because I don't think that was a free agent sign. I could be wrong. I could get blown up in the comments here, but for some reason I felt that was a trade.
Did he come in though?
Yeah,
I'm talking about going out.
Oh.
No,
going out like them
going
in.
R.A. Dickey,
Donaldson, like the freaking Troy Tulowitzki one that came out of nowhere. There were some big ones that came in, but going out, there wasn't really anything. And I found the tweet. So it's the tweet was that is ... gone, and it's Devers like swinging because he hit a home run.
Yeah.
And then he's gone. And apparently, I don't know if this is 100% true or not, but apparently he said to the Giants, I will play wherever you want me. Put me where you want me. Which is like, oh, that's spicy if that's the case, because why didn't he want to do it in Boston?
I can't handle divas or prima donnas like that. Like, anytime I've ever played and there's been someone like that on my team, it's just like, that's a guy that...
Like Rail?
That's why he flipped sides. That just happened, couch versus couch. Well played, sir.
Why are you not on that side?
Like those guys, I always find like, yes, they'll get paid an insane amount of money, but it's just like the guy you don't want on the fucking team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he can, the one thing I'm happy for is he used to rake against Toronto. He had like I think close to a 300 batting average because he just loved hitting against Toronto. So he's out of our division, which is good. I'm kind of happy for it. And
is Boston weaker now though?
I think so. The guys they got some like okay pieces, but like the general consensus was like, what the hell are we doing? Like we're selling. So
I don't have any complaints about anything being better for the Blue Jays because I'm going there on Thursday. So hopefully that goes well. I don't even know who's playing, but I'm taking public transit there, which is sometimes.
Is it the Sox still? Because I'm going to the Saturday game. It's the Sox.
Maybe, who knows? But
I don't know how that works.
Another big thing that's happening in baseball is this Shohei Ohtani.
The return.
Yeah. He's back. He's pitching tonight.
Which is his first time since 2023.
2023. Yeah. He just recently, I think you mentioned before the show something about like he just hit his 250th.
He just went up the bat. I think it was yesterday. He got his 250th home run. Yeah.
Which is insane.
So what was he hurt with? Because if he's okay to bat, why is he not okay to throw?
Do you have Tommy John?
No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was labeled Tommy John. No,
it was something. I can't remember what it was, but it was something with like. Just the mechanics of pitching, it's just...
And I don't think it was his elbow. I think it might have been like in his rotator cuff.
Shoulder. So maybe it was shoulder. I don't know. Terry, would you take the over 1.5 strikeouts tonight? Considering we don't know how long he's going to play.
It's only over 1.5?
Yeah.
I'm taking the fucking over.
It might be on a pitch count.
Yeah, no. Like, you're not going to... Because, like, he would have had, like, his rehab stint. They would have made sure he's good. Like, if you're putting him in, like, you got to be able to count on him.
Yeah, so it's funny you mentioned that because I mentioned to him before the show it was over 1.5, which is insanely low for a strikeout.
Plus money.
Plus money, and then not allow any hits in the first inning is plus money.
So
I dropped some money on.
So is that still accurate on FanDuel Canada?
Yes,
right now. I place those bets, and Babs plays those bets right before
I just did strikeout. I have to grab the other one. I'm partly doing this. My boss Sandy loves the Dodgers, and like maybe I mush it, so I win either way when it blows up, and I can go. Shohei Ohtani, man.
He's a bust.
Yeah.
Yeah, after we're done this, like I'm definitely making that bet.
Yeah. Well, I mean
100%.
Maybe you guys can throw it into your parlays.
Yeah, that's right. Could go into the parlays tonight.
It's going to be a little crazy, but speaking of crazy, was there Terry, you were talking about something with UFC and Terry was acting something out when I walked into the studio and I was like, I don't know what he's doing, and he said he'd tell me about it later.
Okay. So there was a fight between Paul Craig and Rodolfo Bellato.
Okay.
And the ending of that was absolutely insane. So Paul Craig's on his back, and he throws an up kick. And because his opponent was down on both knees when the up kick hit, it's an illegal kick.
Illegal kick.
But the way he gets hit, he falls back, looks at the ref, and is like goes back, is out cold, wakes up, starts like scooting back to the cage and is like ready to pull guard on the referee.
Is the ref like amazing. In his face, like trying
pretty
to like
close to him, to him, but it was like, holy crap! Is he faking it? Is he not? When you look at him and he looks at the ref and is like, oh my god, you're like, oh, this guy's clearly faking it. It looks like that. But then when he's like scooting back against the cage, you see that glazed over look in his eyes,
right?
And that's where you're like, oh. He's a good actor. Like, shit. I don't know.
Or he got knocked out. And it just, you remember the delay one with the guy that fell like a board? Like 2 years ago.
Like he fell over?
Like this. After he got hit. Like it'd been a second and he went.
Yeah, it was easily 1 or 2 seconds.
So I wonder. But yeah, him looking at the ref being like, and then selling it amazingly was fucking hilarious.
So was he out for like a second and then like snap back awake? Or?
Yeah.
So like could that not be survival instincts? Like, you know, you're in a fight, you get knocked out and you wake up and you're kind of like, I'm in a fight, I see, and you're just ready to defend. Like, could that be
good act? It's very good acting.
It just felt like it was good acting. Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah. I didn't see it. I'm gonna have to watch it. Yeah. Maybe I'll watch it.
So what all came from that then?
It was a no contest.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. So both guys are kind of like shit.
Yeah.
I sold that for nothing.
It's bad luck for Paul Craig.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Because obviously he was getting somewhere at least.
Mm-hmm.
But it reminds me, he tapped out Magomed Ankalaev with 1 second left in a fight with a submission where I had him as a huge underdog, and Magomed tapped him out once. He tapped out in the third round with 1 second left. So Paul Craig had a giant horseshoe, and I think it's just worn out at this point.
Dude.
He's insanely fun to watch. He's a crazy man.
Yeah.
And he does all sorts of weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it sucks when you get a no contest. Like, you get paid and stuff.
Yeah.
But usually it's like it's not a loss, but it's a negative.
Yeah.
Or it almost, and sometimes it also feels like they're setting it up for like a next fight or an opponent where it's like, all right, neither one got a loss, but like we're kind of setting up a
We
little
need
bit.
a sequel.
That happens more. I feel like that happens a lot in boxing.
Oh, for sure.
Not obviously in MMA, but it's hard not to have those thoughts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like something like that is a lot more rare in MMA. I'm trying to think of like
Rematches after a no contest.
or just even like recent no contests where it's like maybe who was it? Yair and oh my god, maybe Josh Emmett. I think where it was like a headbutt and they called no contest and then they run that back.
Yeah. And that didn't. The
Yeah.
rematch was what it was.
Yeah, exactly. But it's one of those. It doesn't happen too often in MMA, in all honesty.
Yeah.
So for that to happen,
Mm-hmm.
exciting, fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what doesn't happen very often? Terry winning on a card. So I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
Are you sure you want him on your
we're
betting?
tied.
the nice chair over here.
Yeah, what a prick.
Have you guys won the exact same amount of money or close to it?
So you've won one. Rahil's won two now, or is it one or two?
No,
that you've won?
sorry, what, like weeks?
To-
or-
no, total bets
One,
that we won.
I've only won one.
and I've only won one. You haven't won one yet.
So this will be the one.
Yeah,
this could be
this
the
is it.
one.
Turn it around
What's
right
in the
here.
box?
What's in the box? There we go. Oh. Okay. Make a $5 bet on a 5-leg parlay.
All right.
Ooh,
All right, easy
okay,
enough.
nice. Well, it's not so simple.
Not
because-
so simple, but at least this one's
Easy.
we have a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully the
Fair.
challenge cards don't fuck us over this time.
Yeah, mine's gonna be like pick the nautical mile distance between these two tennis opponents,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
pick
Argue something for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Good call back, gentlemen. Rahil, good luck with your fucking eavesdropper, buddy.
Alrighty, now we gotta make a man. It's so fun being first talking to you guys all the time. Those guys suck, man. I cannot wait. I hope to God Brad Marchand signs for like 8.1. I'm gonna love it. But back to what's going on right now. We have to make a $5 bet on a 5-leg parlay. Seems simple, but this isn't gonna make it simple. I hope to God I get an advantage card. I do not, but it's not that bad. 2 legs must come from the same game. That's not terrible, actually. That's a pretty solid one. So let's go into, what do we got going on tonight? We got a lot of MLB going on tonight. It's going to be a $5 bet. Babs is talking so much smack about like not winning money. I want to win some money. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a basketball one. We're going to do... I need 10 plus points because 10 plus points is like nice and easy. Should hit, hopefully. Watch it not hit now because I'm doing it. To score 10 plus points, let's do Siakam. And is SGA not on? SGA is not on 10 plus points. That's insane. Is he not playing? Oh no, there he is. Okay, he's only on like 25 more or more. So we're not even gonna pick SGA. We're just gonna pick some easy guys. So we're gonna do Siakam to get 10 plus, and we'll do. I want to pick someone from the other team in case there's a blowout. But the more I get to like OKC, the higher up the points are. So we're just gonna take Pascal Siakam and my boy Tyrese Halliburton to get 10 plus points. And we need 3 more legs. And we want to win. So we want to win some money on this. That's the thing. Is I want to win some money. You know what? No, we're not taking those 2. Go big or go home. We are gonna do Siakam 15, and we'll do SGA. He's like a lock at 20. He's a lock at. Oh my God, does he get 30? The odds are so in favor of him getting 30. I'm gonna lock him in to get 30 because we want to win some money here. I don't want to have like a plus 100 parlay. I want to have like a plus 300-400 parlay, even 500, where I just win some money. So we got Siakam to get 15 plus. We got SGA to get 30 plus. And then let's go over to MLB. You know what? I'm going to dig into the... Oh, I just thought of something sneaky. I just thought of something very sneaky, chat. Let's see if I can do it. Pitcher props. Ohtani specials. Oh, they took off all the good ones. Oh, no. His strikeouts are still over 1.5. I'm going to take him over 1.5 strikeouts. I think he gets 2 strikeouts. That's a nice little bet booster. I was going to do 2 Ohtani ones and just lock in on Ohtani, but we're not going to do that now. We're going to play safe. There is a pitcher I like on the Marlins. I'm going to go with Mr. Alcantara. Love his MLB The Show card when I played MLB The Show. We're going to take him alt strikeouts. We'll do 4+. And then I need one more bet here. I am the baseball guru, so I need to, stay in my stuff. Let's do a fun one. What is a fun one? The Yankees are coming off a 2-game losing streak. They're playing the Angels. We're going to take the Yankees money line. We're going to take them. I was going to do run line, but we're doing money line to be safe. So our 5-bet parlay here, we have Pascal Siakam to get 15+ points. We have SGA to get 30+ points. Ohtani over 1.5 strikeouts. Sandy Alcantara over 4+ strikeouts. And then the Yankees money line. A $5 bet wins us a crisp $30.40. I just want to make sure. $5 bet, 5-leg parlay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a $5 bet. 2 legs must come from the same game. I have Siakam and SGA. Those are both the same game. Locking that bet in. Let's hope we're winning some money next week.
All right, guys. I have to make a $5 5-leg parlay. Challenge card. I always open it the wrong way. You cannot bet on any team or player with -200 odds or more. I can probably make that work for my parlay. So if I'm going to spread that, spread it out. Let's see how we do. We're trying to win money this season. It's not just about. Have they ever said we can't use reward stacks? That's a good question. This right here is intriguing to me. We'll start off in the NBA though, because I'm going to go Pacers and I'm going to alt spread though. I'm going to take the Pacers, but let's see what room I have to work with on that. Where's alt spread? Alt spread. 5 legs, can't go -200. Okay, let's go outside of that. Popular. Yeah, alt spreads. Looking at all of them. Alright. -200 or more, so I can't put a -200. It has to be a 99, but we'll do 12.5 for the Pacers. Will that now let me take here? Okay, they can't be combined. Let's see if I can combine alt spread with a different game real quick. But Pacers, NHL, when is that going to be back? That'd be Wednesday night, Tuesday night. Okay, yeah, we can parlay that. Oilers, though, that's a tough. They're in a tough business right now. I have other options. Oh, Club World Cup. Is there games that I can action? Club World Cup, I definitely can action some games. Okay. Men's national team plays tonight too. Can't play that. Club World Cup. There's games on actually right at this moment. Come on. Bet slip keeps getting in the way. Club World Cup. Is there somebody with tighter odds? River Plate. Sounds fine to me. Monterey Inter. We're getting into Wednesday now, which I can't gamble on. Too late Wednesday. Actually, I guess Thursday would be the cutoff. Wednesday night I could still bet. Wednesday. Yeah, not a lot of Club World Cup options. Thursday at 3 doesn't work. Just before Wednesday. MLS. Is there a break in the MLS right now? No, they're still June 25th. Yeah, that's not going to work for me at all. All leagues. Let's see. Oh, featured. Feature might give us the best options here. Yeah, the CONCACAF Gold Cup, I don't even know what that is. Panama, Jamaica. Panama minus 185. Damn, okay. I have one more leg here to do. And those games both happen tonight. Oh, that game happens in 30 minutes, though. We'll take the 30-minute game away. That'll be helpful. So I've got 2 more legs to do. MLB. Dodgers tonight. Yes, please. And is there anybody else? And the Mariners. So $5. Okay. See y'all. Right now, I'm going to take the Indiana Pacers plus 12.5 minus 174. River Plate on the 3-way money line in soccer minus 165. I'm going to take Jamaica minus 160 against Guatemala. The Los Angeles Dodgers tonight minus 156. And the Seattle Mariners minus 178. So my parlay is plus 953, $5 bet to win 47.67.
All right, back in the eavesdrop room. Got crucified in the U.S. Open picking, only going 3 and 4. So Terry had picked the parlay card, make a $5 bet on a 5-leg parlay. So that's that one. And now I will pick my challenge card. Let's see, hopefully I get a good one. Must include at least one women's sports team or player. So that is my card here, my challenge card today. So, all right. So must include, so we know we have to do $5. Let's go to WNBA right now. And so we're trying to go for wins. And we're trying to go, not just to like see who wins more in the legs, but we're trying to see who's going to make the most money moving forward this month. So, you know, I could take like the Fever at like minus 3,000. Like, I'm just going to put that there for right now. But like at the end of the day, that's not going to guarantee me a lot of money, but it guarantees for my challenge card. So 5 bets on 5-leg parlay. Is there anybody else here? Seattle Storm I could go with. Minnesota Lynx. So let's just put that there and hold that in the hopper for the meantime. Let's take a look at NBA. So tight series right now going back to OKC. You know, can OKC come out with a win going back home tonight for Game 5? Pacers have been putting up a great fight. So, you know, let's take a peek here. Let's take a look at player points as well. SGA, like minus 7,000. Like, once again, that doesn't help for the money, but I'm just going to put that down for right now. Let's take a look at NHL when that's coming up. You know, do I want to take a risky pick here? Can I already bet on? Yeah, so I can take shots at points. So let's take a look at points here. Brad Marchand. And, you know, Kachuk has been coming back. So he has played really well here in the last 2 or 3 games. Can Edmonton play a strong game going back to Florida? They seem to have been better so far on the road than at home. So it is interesting. Let's just take right now, and Verhaeghe's been clutch. So let's just hold that down for the fort for a second. And I want to just take a look at MLB, and then we'll retract a couple, and then we're good to go. So we got the Nationals over the Rockies. Yeah, Nationals have been on a losing streak as well. Yankees. Let's take a look here. Red Sox have been playing better as of late, too. Like, they've been crushing. That's an interesting one at plus 150 tonight. And like San Diego is so like hot and cold, but do you go with Ohtani tonight? Weirdly, you could take the Rockies against the Nationals tonight. That's an interesting play. Diamondbacks, yeah. Blue Jays are just struggling right now again. All right, so let's lock this in here shortly. We've got Ray pitching for the Giants. They obviously just got Rafael Devers as well. So could that be a boost for the boys? I don't know if he's going to be in for tonight's game. I would assume he can make that travel from Boston, and he's playing for San Fran tonight. That's tricky. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so I have to have at least one women's sports team or player, which we have with the Fever. So we've got the Indiana Fever. I've removed the links. Do I think the Yankees? I think the Yankees can beat the Angels tonight. And that's an interesting one with Boston. Like, once again, I'm trying to go for the money right now. So let's kill the Giants. And I need to kill 3 more. So OKC, SGA at 20 points. Brad Marchand to get 1 point. So I got to remove 2 more. Is Shohei going to come back like wildfire for his first game in almost a year and a half? I think so. Let's kill... God, that's tough. So I've got to lose 1 more. See, I want the lock with Marchand. I want the lock with the Fever. Is OKC a lock tonight, though? So, all right. So I've got my 5. So I've got Indiana Fever for my women's challenge card. SGA for 20 points. Brad Marchand 1 point. Boston Red Sox to get that plus 150 to bring up my odds. And then the Dodgers. So let's see, $5 bet, $35 win. All right, we're going to go with that. We're locking it in. Let's go, sports fans.
We are back in the eavesdrop room, and we are pulling up FanDuel. Now, we're making a $5 5-leg parlay, and our challenge card is... Ooh, the Great North. Only bet on Canadian-based teams or players. Interesting. That kind of sucks. I'm not going to lie. Having to look up some of these players if they're, what nationality. Or do I just stick to hockey, something I know? Okay. I'm going to take Edmonton money line straight up. Let's go McDavid. Is there just one shot? Is there like... No. Let's see what we can find. Shots. Interesting. Corey Perry's Canadian, right? Maybe. Corey Perry. Canadian, okay. Alright, so we could take a Corey Perry shot. Okay. What else do we got here? Verhaeghe, he's Canadian as well, I think. I'm pretty sure Carter is. I don't know how to spell his last name. Canadian, okay, that's another one. Maybe I take him to take 2 shots because of how those odds are. Let's go 2 shots. Minus 260, okay. Okay. Now, SGA is Canadian, is he not? So I can throw something on him to do minus 7,000 for him to get 20 points is kind of insane. Man, it's crazy that 30 points is even like. I think you should probably do that. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take it. I hate it, but I'm gonna take it. Okay, what else do we got here? I'm gonna take. Let's go back to hockey. Maybe we do a McDavid for 2 shots. Boom, boom, boom. Where is shots? 60 minutes to record 2 shots is minus 700, eh? Okay, let's just take a look at what I'm... $20. So Edmonton win, Corey Perry to shoot, for Hagia to take 2 shots, McDavid to take 2 shots, and SGA to get 30 points. That seems kind of crazy, but I'll take it. $5, I'm winning $20. I need a win. Lock it in.
So I thought I was going to be screwed with my challenge card, but I actually lucked out. I had to have 2 legs in one game. Mm-hmm. So I went to the NBA. I got Siakam getting 15 plus, and then I was looking for SGA at like 15 or 20. He's all the way. The lowest he appears is at 30. But I was like, yo, SGA's a lock, so I took him at 30. So that's my little 2-piece there, which is a little, I don't know. I'm banking on the Canadian and the OKC to pull through tonight, but that was my little challenge. I don't know. Do you guys get screwed?
I have minus 200, or I couldn't go above minus 200. I couldn't exceed that. So I played around a little bit. Like I got the Pacers at an alt spread in there, which gave me some room. But I basically went for like a more like win some money parlay. So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes. But it's tighter. Some soccer without the MLS. It's actually way harder to do some of these.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, mine had to be all Canadian teams or players. So I just pretty much took all NHL and SGA to score 30.
Nice. So we're both cheering for him tonight.
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, so I had where I had to have at least one female team or player. So I went in there and I was like, all right. And because we've been talking about trying to make more money instead of just winning the legs.
Yep.
So I took my lock of taking Indiana Fever. And they were like minus 3,000. So I was like, I'm just going to lock it in. I'm not going to worry about spend time on it. And so I had a problem because I was thinking about the NBA. And I was like, I had OKC winning and SGA at 20 points. And then I removed OKC. The Pacers are giving me a little worry right now. Not feeling too good about it. So, but I took some plus odds on the MLB side.
Nice.
And can make up to like $35.
So the Fever's your female team.
That's my female team.
I feel like that's going to be a theme. We're just always going to go Caitlin Clark when we need to.
I'm going Angel Reese.
I didn't touch
CC.
Yeah, I didn't touch WNBA at all. But yeah, I'm going if I had to pick tonight, just NBA wise, I think maybe the Pacers steal another one here and we get some excitement.
Exactly what I was thinking.
So alt spread, I feel comfortable with. Does anybody else have a pick for the NBA game tonight?
I'm team Pacers.
I'm going OKC, and I think the reason why is it's been Pacers, OKC, Pacers, OKC, back and forth. And I think it was the same with hockey, wasn't it? It was the other way. It was Edmonton game 1, Florida game 2, Florida game 3.
Yep.
Edmonton game 4, Florida game 5. So I think there's just going to be, I can't see it going back and forth. I just have a feeling OKC, I mean, they won the last one, not by a lot, but like a couple points. I think they'll.
It was like dying. I was watching the game. There was like 3 minutes left and Pacers were up, and then SGA just fucking turned it on, dude.
Yeah.
It was unreal.
I'm probably gonna watch tonight. So
and what's been interesting is Pacers have been good on the road.
Yeah.
So even to start this series, for the championship, it was holy shit. No one thought that they would come out game 1 fucking all guns a-blazing. So I was worried about tonight, and I think it's going to go 7 games, but I think the Pacers are going to sneak out tonight.
So is this?
And I want OKC to win.
Is this the repeat of the Brad Marchand? Am I the only one that's going OKC?
Yeah, you are the only one.
You're alone.
Charlie, go over there.
Yeah, I know. I should walk my ass over there and sit in between those bastards.
No, thank you.
Okay.
But guys, as always, we're closing out the show with some fun and positivity, and hopefully that leads to a giant Pacers win tonight. But if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to let us know in the comments. I think I got the hardest challenge card of all of them, to be fair. They were pretty easy this week, though. This wasn't messed up for once. But if you enjoyed the episode, make sure to hit subscribe, comment, do all that fun stuff, and we will see you on the next one.